This silk scarf design looks complicated, but I'm going to show you how I made it. Hi, my name is Krista, the silk scarf lady who uses the ancient art of water marbling to print designs. And today we're using water marbling to create a silk scarf pattern. So the first thing I've done is I've put down my white background, and you will notice the softness of the white. It's not spread all the way to the edges, and it's kind of a soft white. What I want you to notice is right now everything is looking kind of soft and is expanding to fill the space. But as we get to the end where all the color is down, you're going to notice there's a different richness to the colors. It's referred to as saturation. It's the volume of paint that's sitting on the surface that's going to give us a nice, rich, full coloration. Because the tray is yellow, it reflects colors and it makes some of the colors look very different while they're floating. So you can tell this color is looking very different from the color it was in the bottle. And that's because that paint is having to open, and you're also seeing through the yellow of the tray. So I like to say it's almost like having yellow lenses in your glasses. And then once we print it and take it off the tray, you're going to see that true color reflected through the paint. So right now, everything is kind of has a yellowish tint. This color is black that I'm applying right now, and I get asked all the time, when is the best time to add black? So I've already added two other colors. The black is in this case going to be the third color. So because this color palette is quite dark, it doesn't really matter when you add it, but generally speaking, if you don't want a lot of a color, you want to add it at the very beginning because it's going to get essentially squished and pushed out of the way by the other colors you add. The color you add at the end is going to be your most dominant color that you see. With this process, there's no color theory. You don't have to work light to dark. But it's a little different in that you have to think about what color you want to see the most of, or how that color will get pushed and moved by the other paint that you're dropping. So even though we're not using those color theory, we do have things that will impact the way the designs look. All right, so next up is my favorite part. We are going to freehand. See this stick? It's literally just a barbecue skewer, and I'm going to use these S movements. With the design that is the goal of this one, I don't tend to rework the same space multiple times. I might go over once, but the goal of this is to have these nice big round movements that still give us the really thick lines. As opposed to pulling tools through multiple times, you're going to get these really thin, fine lines. So it's just that fluid movement of just pushing and moving and creating this really soft design that shows all of the thick lines that we've had from adding the droplets of paint. So now we're ready to print it. So we're just going to lay our silk scarf right onto the design, and it's going to print and absorb. Anything that it touches is what it's going to print. So if your fingers are wet, it's going to take up that water instead of the print of the paint. It turned out fantastic. It's so pretty. Okay, so once it's printed, it can't come off. So you can move it around on the tray a little bit and it's not going to rub off. It's printed already because it's already absorbed the print. So we're going to lift it up and see what it looks like. Oh, so beautiful. Has this inspired you to try water marbling at home? If you check out the caption, I've got some tips for you. And if you love this process, follow for more.